Hey everybody, welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I'm Eric. Single malt Scotch review this week. Glengoyne, 12 years old. As always, nose taste finish review of this whiskey coming your way. I'll tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, leave you with the malt musing. But first, before we get into this, take a second, hit subscribe. If you got a click in you, it'll make sure that you don't miss any of my reviews, which drop every Friday. Also, make sure you know about my happy hour every Tuesday, streaming live here on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Glengoyne Distillery. It is located in the Highland region, just outside Glasgow. It is the closest Highland region distillery to what's called the Lowlands, which is known for their more triple distilled whiskeys. This Glengoyne in particular, 12 years old, says right on here, natural color. Very likely that it has been chill filtered, and it is 43% ABV. This is a combination of sherry and of bourbon casks. Glengoyne really kind of known for their very sherry forward whiskeys. They use a lot of first fill sherry in their bottlings. And so the Glengoyne distillery itself, they have a pretty large core range, 10-year, 12-year, 15-year, 18-year, 21, 25, so on and so forth. They have cask strength. And a couple other special whiskeys that they put out, Legacy Series, and so on and so forth. So pretty big name in Scotch. The name Glengoyne itself stands for Glen of the Wild Geese, as it says right here on the bottle. 1833 is when they started making their juice. So that is the rundown here on Glengoyne and this 12-year-old whiskey. I'm going to put some of this in the glass now. Let's see what we're working with here. Nice, healthy pour. All right. As I mentioned, this is a natural color. That is from sherry and bourbon cask only. Okay. On the nose, fresh. You get some citrus right away in this. Lemon, maybe lime, maybe orange. Definitely orange. There's a sharp citrus note. There's some nice kind of toffee, light vanilla bourbon cask notes, and some nice red fruit. It's a little bit subdued. That coming in from that sherry cask. All in all, it's sweet and fruity and a little bit citrus. Okay, that's the nose. Let's give it a taste lunch. Rich, bold flavor. This is a really big event when you have it here on the taste. Lot of vanilla, caramel, dark red stewed fruits, apple cinnamon, a little bit of that orange citrus note. Really, really intense, rich flavor, but it does drop a little short as it goes into the finish. It doesn't stick around too long. Finished is about medium, maybe a little bit less. You're left with a little bit of apple cinnamon, again, baked apple cinnamon. A little bit of a pepper note. There's no peat in this, so just so you're aware. A lot of just kind of fresh vanilla bean, kind of a creamy, almost French vanilla thing. A little bit of drying oak. Okay, 43%. I'm just going to do one drop. I don't want to drown this too much. Just to see if we get anything else. Okay. With water, not noticing much difference here on the nose. Still getting that bite from the citrus note. Zesty. Almost maybe like an orange rind. Yeah, not much different here on the nose. It maybe isn't even, it got a little bit sharper even. Taste. But this is still really, really nice and rich. Water's not changing it much. It is a little bit sharper. I actually think this might have been better without water. The finish which I found to be kind of creamy and just had a little bit of that orange zest, that kind of bitter orange. You're getting a lot more of it now with water. I almost think this is good just right out of the bottle at 43%. So maybe not add water to this one. Really like that vanilla though. Okay. Glengoyne 12 years old. Value-wise, this is not an exclusive whiskey in any stretch. You can find this anywhere in the United States. When you do, you're going to find it anywhere from around $45 to $55. Compared to other things in their core range, the 10-year-old, which usually goes around 40 to 45, this you're going to find about $10 cheaper, or more expensive rather. I'm going to put this actually at a medium-high value. I think you're getting a good value here on this whiskey, and I'll tell you a little bit more in my final thoughts. So let's do that. So final thoughts here. This is a good one. Reasonable kind of way to start your night. This is a good dram to share with somebody just getting into Scotch. This is a good, less expensive alternative to the Balvenie Doublewood if you're a big fan of that. Same type of maturation for the most part, similar profile, about 10 to $15 cheaper. Glengoyne is a distillery that I am, a bit hit and miss with. I found their 18 a bit underwhelming. Their 25 is spectacular. I found their 10 to be underwhelming, while I loved their 15. So this one, I think, is a check in the win column. I think if your choice is looking at the 10 or the 12 and you see this on the shelf, I would pay that extra couple bucks and get the 12. It is a much better experience, a much better whiskey, and really shows everything that the Glengoyne Distillery has to offer in a young spirit. I'm going to give this a solid 3.25 out of 5, which means I do recommend you get your hands on a bottle of this if you find it at a good price, but definitely make sure you give this a try. This could easily become one of your everyday whiskeys. So 3.25 out of 5, very fair score for a very fair whiskey at a very fair price. Glengoyne, 12 years old. All right, folks, with that, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this dram. I'll kick you over to your malt musing, and I will catch you next week here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. It's lunch, y'all.